Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast, and you're listening to the fourth installment. Today I would like to discuss one of the greatest modern wrestlers and my reaction to WrestleMania to last night. I'm very excited to share with you guys. Let's get to the main point. On this episode, I would like to discuss the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. I feel it would be appropriate to discuss him because, he passed away last year. He was a creative genius with his character to display his thing. A menacing figure with a creepy mask, not even mentioning Bray's Spider-Man. That was creepy. He's great. I'm not just saying this because he died, but I really do believe he was underrated. But first, let's get to the facts. Bray Wyatt, aka Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda, was born in Florida in 1987. His father was a wrestler and his mom was a realtor. Bray has some pretty cool moves like his finisher, the mandible claw, which squeezes the head of your opponent while putting pressure on the temples. If you don't do this move right, you could black out. Not very nice. Not a great way to live. But he also had the Sister Abigail, which was also a pretty cool move. He has the ability to tell stories. And, he could tell amazing stories. He also had the ability to manipulate people into joining his, I guess you could call it a family, a cult, whatever you want to call it. He managed to brainwash Randy Orton, or Mr. RKO as I like to call him. He started a very creepy show called the Firefly Funhouse in 2019. As I mentioned before, he had the ability, seeming like a madman, cult leader, heck, even Charles Manson, I guess, in a sense. But he got Eric Rowan and Luke Harper before gaining Randy. Randy left in 2017 after I'm pretty sure he burned down the Firefly Funhouse or something. And then with Bray, whenever his intro hit, it was just creepy. The whole stadium would go dark, kind of like with the Undertakers, but people would have their phones out and created little fireflies with their flashlights. I thought that was a pretty neat touch. I really want to say this too because of Luke Harper passing away due to idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which causes scarring. Great wrestler. Bray Wyatt may be only gone for a year, but he has won some gold. He won the Universal Championship in 2019 through 2020, Tag Team Champs as the Deleter of the World with Matt Hardy in 2018, WWE Champion in 2017, and Tag Champion in 2016. Now I decided to interview some people to, get a feeling of what they believed with Bray Wyatt. I first asked my dad, my father, and Big Lots manager, Mike Mergle, what he thought of Bray. He said he didn't know much about him, aside from Mike. I asked him how he felt about WrestleMania. He said he was surprised at how fast Drew lost the title, and that Jason Kelsey had it. I was beyond elated when I heard that Roman lost his title. I've been waiting for this day, if I can say that. Finally, after 1,316 days, he lost to Cody Rhodes. Cody's story is over, but he said when one good story ends, an even better one starts. I think that's a nice quote from him, in my opinion. However, I'm gonna bring the story back to Bray. I was devastated when I heard he died. I was like, no way! This has gotta be fake. I was devastated. But when I heard it happened, I really didn't want it to be real. So, R.I.P. Bray. I know I said that at the beginning, but real, he was just great. However, you guys have heard me talk for a while, so I'm gonna give you guys a short little break. Now for the second half of my show, I will discuss the results of WrestleMania, both nights, last night's Raw's episode, along with my opinion. For Monday Night Raw, match 1, Ilya Dragunov versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Winner, Ilya Dragunov. Shinsuke is losing his touch, I can tell. He's been steadily declining from one of my favorite wrestlers because he hasn't seen gold. The last time he had gold was in 2022, and I believe he was the heavyweight title. If I'm wrong, please tell me. But he needs some new championships under his belt, please. It's long overdue. Match 2, The Awesome Truth and John Cena defeated the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day receives a lot of hate because just how a great disagreement Dom is. Listen, they have talent and they deserve some wins. Seeing as Dom, JD, and I think and Finn have not had titles to their name yet, they could really use them if they really want to push the Judgment Day as this powerhouse. Oh, we're big, bad. Quote, be scared of us. Sometimes it's nice to make yourself laugh. Roxanne Perez defeating Indy Hartwell. I don't know what to say. I don't watch women wrestle. I feel wrong if I watch it. I don't know why. I'm sure there's people that agree with me. I don't know. I just find it weird if I watch it. And because it's not as interesting in my opinion. Well, Sami Zayn and Chad Gable have defeated Imperium. Finally, man. I feel Imperium is losing its fear factor now since Gunther has lost his world, his title, his Intercontinental title. Now, who's the real ring general? Sami Zayn. That's probably going to be a separate video of its own why Sami Zayn is the new ring general. But I also think it's Chad's turn to get a little title in there, considering Chad hasn't held a title also since 2022. So it's about time. Jade Cargill defeating Chelsea Green. Like I said, I don't watch women's wrestling a lot, but when I do, I've seen Chelsea. I believe she was the one that was the spoiled rich girl. I did not like her. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, please just tell me. Jey Uso defeating Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, and Ricochet. Of course this happens. Jay breaks away from the family. He shows Roman up by winning the title sometime down the road. Hopefully that'll happen. I want to see Drew get back at Damian for a future matchup between them. It would be a dream match. Now I'll be discussing WrestleMania. Night 1, Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. This was one for the books. Roman won, however, it was a good match. I have to say, Roman failed 2 of his spears. Usually when he hits those, it's over. He misses 2. Not to mention that Cody Cutter looked pretty cool. However, the Rock and Roman won, so it was a bloodline match. With their bloodline women's match. Up next, Gunther and Sami Zayn's match for the Intercontinental title. Not much to say. Sami kicked out, won, so I'm not going to go into big detail about it, but I am happy there's finally a change-up in the Intercontinental landscape, I guess you could call it. Bianca Belair and Naomi and Jane Cargill defeat Damage Control. Good, not a huge fan of Bayley because she looks like a Karen and she's annoying. Jay and Jimmy. This match was awesome. The legendary Lil Wayne introduced Jay, which was pretty cool. In the end, he defeated Jimmy after a spear and a splash. Not to mention Bray Wyatt. I can't add all the matches in, but I'm gonna be sure to move on with night 2. But before I do, I would like to take a moment of silence for Bray Wyatt. Night 2, Seth versus Drew McIntyre. I loved this match. I really wanted Drew to win, so I was happy when he did, but when Damian Priest cashed in and won, I was just gone. I was just so happy when it happened. The Judgment Day is one of my favorite factions. Moving on to the biggest one, in my opinion, Roman versus Cody. You already know what I'm gonna say. Hail to the king. Cody deserved to win, so Cody fans are beyond happy, I'm sure. He won. I'll admit, I am starting to put him on my list for favorite wrestlers. And if you guys want, next episode, I'll make an episode about my top wrestlers, or like maybe I'll make it like a mini series or something. By the way, I want to thank some folks for help supporting me. First, Albismic, Walter White, and all the alls. Thanks for keeping me on my toes for what you have in store for my comment section. It's funny, it's weird, it's quirky, and we're gonna work to have like an actual story to this, but we gotta get into management about that. I want to thank my mom, dad, and brother for helping me get my channel. My dad for doing the interview, my brother for episode 1, and my mom for being really supportive of me. For now, I think this is a great place to stop. So for now, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, rest in paradise, man. And for now, this report is closed.